Welcome everybody. NCAA playoffs. Exciting times here for the Golden Gophers versus the Arizona State Sun Devils.
He's Ray Ferraro down at ice level. My name is James Cebulski for EA Sports, set to bring you what should be a fun one here tonight.
Oh yeah.
Winner go home here, Ray. Yeah, you gotta get the job done.
And Zarabama Gaming is back. Thank you, brother, for joining. Thank you for switching over from the Montana Reign. Honestly, every time I look at this bracket, I'm like, God, I could do another game. And the Gophers games, ironically, somehow end up getting the most views every single time around the bracket. So here comes. Oh, you've got to be kidding me with this camera view. I fucking hate that. Sorry, everybody watching. I just played Montana Reign hockey. There we go. There we go. Yeah, you wouldn't miss a Gopher game. Well, it's amazing. So, like, I don't know how much of my fan base is actually a Gopher fan. Maybe they actually more or less cheer against the Gophers because I love them so much. But it's the most viewed. So unless if, like, Bomba Squad and Sensational are watching each video like 10 times. Still getting the most amount of views off it. Doesn't bother me any. I appreciate it. But like Ohio State, I think is the second leading. Minnesota State gets almost like no views every single time around. But I think Minnesota State has some of the best hockey games in this entire playoff bracket. It seems like every single one of their games is pretty damn good. Goal! Minnesota! Gophers on the board early. What a backhander. I bet they do cheer against me. I won't even blame them.
Minnesota's got a 1-0 lead, and they've got their crowd on their feet here. Early on, the entertainment is here. Early lead for the home team. The first goal in the first 5 minutes, and now you push for another.
John Pearson
Along the half wall with the puck. From the slot, denies him in front. Oh, he stops the glove save off there. Excellent chance in the slot. Still plenty of time left in this frame. We got a 1-0 game to this point. Gustafson's won it in their own end. Through the neutral zone, moving the puck along the side. Takes control of the puck. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. Moves the puck along the half wall. Referee signaling delayed penalty. Looks like hooking will be the call. Here comes the sentence. The call is hooking on the play.
This is a penalty of bad positioning. You reach out to try and slow the guy down, you're going to get called almost every time.
Arizona sending their power play unit out for the first time tonight.
Down one, a chance to tie on the power play. What a great chance for them here. But you can't stress. You have to be confident and aggressive, but don't force anything.
3 minutes.
Gets it out of his own end. The Devils get a hold of the puck along the boards. Takes it across the blue line. Hangs onto the puck.
Just found that the wife saved me some lasagna in the fridge. She didn't even tell me. So, actually kind of made my day. I was like, ooh, dinner.
The Golden Hens gain possession of the defensive zone.
Today's my Friday, so I feel really freaking excited about that.
Possession along the boards.
Power play for Arizona State. Minnesota needs this win to force a game 3.
Takes a shot. Comes up with a stop. There's another stop.
Quick reflexes. You make one, you make two.
Ooh, missed the net.
Glides along the blue line.
Yeah, I was really excited when I saw that. The wife is coming in clutch, man. I'm fucking starving.
Chance, and he comes up with it.
Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of food in the house, but you know, like when you look in the fridge or the freezer and you're like, Yeah, I don't feel like cooking anything. Well, that was exactly how I felt. So if I set down the mic for a little bit and I just go to the chat, it's because I am eating. And I got Takis in the car, don't get me wrong, but Takis are great. But lasagna, nice hot lasagna, yes sir. But I ain't one of those people that puts cottage cheese on their lasagna. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Actually, cottage cheese in general to me is just disgusting.
You put this kind of pressure on, eventually they can't chase you anymore. Now he's got room to carry the puck.
From one end of the blue line to the other. Big time stop there.
It's like cluttered ass in a can.
Got a hold of the puck. Slides the puck over. Here they are on the attack.
She'd be cooking you food, Zarbamba Gaming.
Pops along.
Like, honey, I'm hungry. Oh, do you want me to make you eggs? Yeah.
They come.
Here comes Minnesota.
Here's a shot. And
Ooh, big save. Looked in the fridge, said, oh, hell no. Hell no. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, sometimes you look in the fridge and you're like, yeah, I don't feel like doing any effort whatsoever.
here's a chance to set up now.
That's how it used to be when I was single, too. Like, I would be like, eating's not that important.
Keeps it going. Carries it in. Minnesota's looking to break out of their own end. From the point.
Ooh, missed the net.
Arizona's got a hold of it.
I'm still mad about that Montana Rain game and the frickin' t-shirt giveaway. I'm still mad about that.
Moves it around along the
I'm gonna be salty all throughout that frickin' thumbnail creation. I'm gonna be absolutely salty.
In practice, and that's to be in the right position to intercept pucks on the middle of the ice. They've done a terrific job tonight.
breaks up the pass in the defensive zone. Carries it across the line. Sends the pass over. Handles it along the blue line. And the long-range shot goes off target.
Probably better.
Oh, she told you to cook it yourself.
On target. He's
Damn.
over the net.
On the attack,
Damn.
the boards. Makes the save.
You got a savage for a girlfriend. It's okay. My wife would say the same, but I've at least been married to her for a while.
Past the midway mark of the frame.
But in her defense, I tell her, she goes, honey, can you do this? I'm like, I don't know, are your legs broken?
Center's jammed up and the winger grabs the puck.
Your arms unable to work for whatever reason today? She like totally play along with it too. Yep, they're broken.
A hold of the puck here at his own end. Through center along the wing. With possession along the wall. Read it perfectly and breaks up the play. Looking to make something happen along the boards. The Devils gain possession along the wall. The Golden Hams gain possession in their own end. Here's an odd man rush. Takes the feed at the point. Receives the pass. Moves the puck from
I appreciate that, but it is not a mod. These were all custom created by yours truly. There is literally no mod for PS4. It is all hard work and getting as close as you possibly can.
Here he is in front. Blocker
She got mad at you for leaving my stream that night. Ha, that's funny. But welcome, J. Dre. J. Dre.
got the puck in their own end.
This is my NCAA Hockey Playoff Elite 8
Into the corner now.
bracket. We started with 16, obviously, but now we're down to 8. And if the Gophers lose here, they're eliminated from the playoffs, just like real hockey. So the WCHA and the rest of the NCAA hockey playoffs ended just before they could actually start. So, fun story, I was going to go to the Minnesota State Mavericks hockey game versus Bowling Green, who correctly I put as the first opponent for Minnesota State in these playoffs. I was going to go to that game. It's a best of 3 series. I was planning to go. Literally 2 days before they canceled the entire tournament and said the NCAA is not going to follow through with their playoffs due to COVID-19. I'm like, oh, good Lord. Glad I didn't pay. We usually get tickets like the day of and go sit in like student seating because the band is over there, it's louder, you feel more immersed in the action. She's coming back to your house tomorrow and you're mad about that. That's too funny. Try living with her then.
Arizona's got it in the neutral zone. Shoots it fearless, totally fearless on the block.
But JJ, I pretty much specialize in mostly college content. So Maximum Football, I think you can play some pros or college. I chose college. Lacrosse, you can do pro or college, obviously. College. Do they have any plans to return? College hockey? No. They announced that they are not returning this year because they're not allowing anybody to return to campuses right now. So the end of the season was the end of the season. No champions really crowned. It's kind of shitty. I was hoping Minnesota State could take another WCHA title. Well, technically we did, but we didn't get to like finish the tournament and all that stuff, so took a completely different banner inside the arena. They want to feel good about themselves twice, I guess. Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, we're looking at possibly not even having any college football this next year. Literally none. Which is disappointing as all hell. Like, there are states that are like, nope, sorry, we're not doing it. And colleges that are like, nope. Yes, NHL and NBA are back. But as far as students and NCAA sports, it does not look like they're going to be. Not even next year. My biggest question is, so I heard the NHL is looking to finish their playoffs by the end, or they want to finish the end of the Stanley Cup by October 8th. So my question is then, what do we do about this next upcoming hockey year? Do we not play it because we wanted to finish out this year? I don't know. Are we cutting off our nose to spite our faces here? Would we rather just not crown a champion, get everybody ready for the next year so we could have a full season? I don't know. Yeah, man. So I want to row the boat too. I have tickets to Gophers football games, literally 2 of them this year. And I haven't been to a Gophers football game since 2014 because the Vikings played at TCF Bank Stadium for 2 years. So I used all my money to go to Vikings games at TCF Bank Stadium on Sundays and not go see the Gophers on Saturdays. I'd still watch TV, obviously. Yada, yada. Who cares? Right? Well, I finally have tickets for 2 frickin' games this year. And they're like, oh, yeah, we probably won't play. And I'm like, oh, my fucking goodness. They go, if we play, probably not in front of fans. I'm like, the year I buy 2 games worth of tickets. Oh, yeah, hooking. There we go. I sat row 2 when I went in 2014, 2013, something like that. Jerry Kill was there. Lasagna. Yes, sir. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Give me like 3 minutes. I'm going to set down my headset, and you guys can just enjoy the hockey game.
Through the neutral zone, moving the puck along the side. the centers are jammed up. Nice job by the winger to steal the puck. Slides it back to the blue line. Lays into the body on the play. And the PK unit gets their man out of the box.
It's pretty hard to have a more low-intensity power play than that. It really didn't generate a thing, and when you don't generate much, you're sure not going to score.
Moves it around along the half wall. Lets it go. Off the post. Quick feed to Scott. Here's a shot, and there's a save.
I want to get another look at this one, James. This looks like it hurts. I'm glad I'm in a suit here.
Getting closer to the halfway point of this frame. 1-0 to score. Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. Kovacs takes it inside his own end. Takes it across the blue line. Back at the point, they set it up. Finds nothing but air on that shot. And that one's picked off in the neutral zone. That's sent in deep, and the forwards will change. Through center along the wing. On the attack along the boards. He'll need a new stick after his breaks. Nice pass. Takes the shot, gets in front of it. Save made by the goalie.
He's right on it. 2 consecutive saves. Tough ones at that.
Arizona's had a lot of good looks on net, but they continue to trail here in the second. Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the...
Thanks everybody for understanding.
Here's a shot.
No, what I was saying is I get off at 11, so it's just nice to have some food afterwards. Oh, sorry.
The Devils have had a lot of scoring opportunities, but they continue to trail here in the second.
I wish I had a mod though. J-Dre, I wish I had a mod. Because so I love customization. Absolutely love it. I love the fact that I can make college teams in a professional sports game. Absolutely love it. Now here's the caveat. I have a series where I have college baseball, where I've taken college logos and the whole works and created teams into a season, and now I play in that season, and that's great. I have 30 MLB teams that I turned into NCAA teams. Yeah, I'm on PS4. So I love the fact that I can customize. And I thought I wanted to pull my eyes out after I created 30 MLB teams. I didn't realize how much I wanted to pull my frickin' eyebrows off my own face out of frustration and boredom until I did the NHL teams, because you cannot get the exact logos. Like, at least there's a logo share editor thing in MLB. No, not here. You have to literally come as close as you humanly can in this game if you're going to do this. And it's never going to look even really right. Like, this M looks nothing really like the Gophers M, but it's about as close as I'm going to get, right? And so, like, looking up all these jerseys, and not only that, in MLB you don't have to create stadiums yet. Now, granted, I'd love if we could create stadiums. That'd be amazing, right? Like, I'd abuse that power. I'd do it too much. Like, I even find myself in lacrosse creating stadiums just to create stadiums. But for 30 teams, like, that's a lot. I have 17 teams made in NCAA hockey, and you have to create a stadium for every single one, and it's like, oh my god. You're like, I don't fucking care where you play. Arizona State scores. What's going on, BRM Gaming and Podcast? How you doing, my friend? Amazing streams tonight. Thank you for the content. Iowa with another clutch win in the, Sweet 16. Now going to the Elite 8 for basketball. Is that correct? And then, of course, Florida State getting the win. How can you not love Florida State in that series? NCAA Football 06. An absolute gem on the channel. Lucky. No. We all know that's the skill of the player. I mean, let's be honest. The way that you created that Iowa team is perfect for how you play. You have outside shooters that can just step up and drain it from anywhere on the floor. Really. Minnesota had no chance because they have big guys. And not only that, they only have one predominant big guy. And then you have another team like you played today where they don't really have like a specialty. So you're able just to pick them apart over and over and over and literally beat the will out of that team because they don't have a key feature to where you have three-point shooting and you just keep pounding and pounding and pounding them. You're a stalker. I like Elite 8, yeah. I'm in the window. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, my window's open, so that might be terrifying. I'm watching the thunderstorm just outside of my house right now. I absolutely love thunderstorms. Love watching them. Zarbomba Gaming is actually going to work on being a storm chaser this summer. We were talking about that on my stream at about noon this morning. Minnesota down deep in Arizona State territory. If Arizona wins, Minnesota is officially eliminated from the Elite 8 and will not be going to the Frozen Four. Only one team got swept in the first round, and that was Michigan. You're down in Nebraska. BRM Gaming actually lives not far from the Nebraska Stadium. We were actually just talking college football, ironically, big-time football. We were talking Gophers and how we haven't been to a game since like 2013, 2014. And how they're not going to have any fans in attendance or any games in general just due to students not being on campus this next year, which would suck a lot. Because, of course, all of us here love college sports. Like, we're all here because we do love college sports. That's freaking awesome. Right next to the stadium. So, is the stadium, obviously Nebraska's pretty rural as it is, but Lincoln is a pretty urbanized city, obviously. It's got the campus there. So, is the stadium out kind of by itself? Or, oh my god, we have a Michigan fan here. Sorry, G.A. Dre. Your team was in the tournament. Ohio State picked them apart pretty easily.
Play resumes as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Trying to shake free. Oh, misses the net.
Because I know, like, TCF Bank Stadium for the Gophers is literally right in Dinkytown, like, right in the middle of campus. Quite literally. But what most people don't know is... Oh, is it right in the middle of town? That's awesome. What most people don't know is the University of Minnesota campus is actually two separate campuses. They've got a Minneapolis campus and a St. Paul campus. Ouch. Zarbomba Gaming coming in with the low blows, saying just like football, Ohio State picking apart Michigan. Low blows, Bomba Gaming.
Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone.
It's the Harbaugh effect.
They've got numbers just wide.
He's got them khakis, but no wins.
Neutral zone. On the attack along the boards. Hammers
Oh,
on
it
the point.
is it? Okay. I did not know that.
Too much good. A shot from the point. It is a howitzer. It goes over the net. Who's going to tip that?
Point to point.
Come on, Minnesota. Behind the net. 7 seconds. Ooh, saved.
Sharp reaction save.
Tosses it to Boucher.
Actually, the hardest jerseys to make in this entire game for myself
Second period to an
was
stick.
Arizona State's, because their jerseys are so particular and they're so unique. And there's about, I don't know, I think 88 different jersey styles that are preloaded into the game.
And it's coming up next.
And so it's just a matter of going through and with the editor and seeing what works and what doesn't, what's really closest. And this is about as close as I get. And it's actually closer for the home jerseys. Or sorry, the dark jerseys, let's call it. Because college sports, the white is the home, remember. So the dark jerseys, it's the closest for. The white jerseys, it's actually just a little bit further off. Just due to color schemes and the game not having everything that the real jersey has. Shoot's saved. Yeah, you got it. Hey, JJ, do you remember when the Gophers passed 2 times, literally 2 times in the entire game and beat Michigan in the Big House? What is that? That is actually 2014. 2014, 2015, somewhere in that range. We passed it 2 times the entire game. I was working a site over in Bloomington as a security officer, and we had a 3-building site, and I had the game on the radio the entire day. Pre-game, during game, post-game. And it was like this. In Minnesota, I formation, 2 tight end set, and it's a run right up the middle. And it's a run right up the middle. And it's a run right outside. And it's a run, and it's a run, it's a run, it's a run, it's a run. I'm like, Jesus effing Christ, can we pass the frickin' ball?
Sends the pass over. Takes the puck into the corner of the offensive end. Keeps hold of the puck.
Like, there was a point in time where it's like, how many times can you run the ball? PJ Fleck is enjoyable. Here's my only knock. Now, this will be one of the few times you hear me knock him. Here's my only knock. He has to prove, whenever the next football season is, if it's this year or next year, that he can prove to be sustainable. We lost a lot of seniors this year on the defensive side of the ball. And he left Western Michigan before he could prove himself to be sustainable. So can he sustain success for multiple seasons? I don't know. It's never been proven. So you can't say yes or no. And I know he's having great recruiting classes, and I know he can develop talent, but is that talent where we need it? We did not lose our best wide receiver. Not a chance in hell. Our best wide receiver is number 13. Rashad Bateman is the alpha, has been the alpha. Tyler Johnson would not have had the season he had running those RPO plays if it wasn't for Rashad Bateman. And yes, Mitch Leitner was the quarterback, running lots of quarterback sneaks and quarterback draws. 3rd and 1, look for a quarterback sneak. 2nd and 10, look for a quarterback draw. Yeah, but so the weird thing with Mitch Leitner, even Philip Nelson, is we never really executed a true option offense. Like the 2 QBs who you could have really argued could have ran the option pretty successfully, we just didn't. Mitch Leitner was a Minnesota Viking for literally 1 preseason week. And Philip Nelson got to play in the Alliance of American Football and the XFL. He was a San Diego Fleet, which was my team back then, ironically. And then he was for the Dallas Renegades for the XFL. Come on, get in. Yeah! Yeah! It's about frickin' time.
Minnesota's coach is pretty active on the bench there, Ray. What are you hearing?
Well, they're happy that they've got the lead, but they want to make sure that nobody sits back to defend.
Scored by number 72.
Takes the feed at center, moves up ahead.
One of my favorite things about PJ Fleck, though, is he started the job with hair, and he lost it all. Yes! Yeah, let's go, baby. So actually, speaking of that Bomb the Gaming, I was watching somebody's review on the lacrosse game I play, and they were talking about warping. And they said how warping shouldn't happen in that type of a game. But we look at the major sports games where warping happens. NHL, I've seen warping in FIFA, and I've seen warping in Madden. I do not play NBA 2K. I could not speak to if there's warping in that game or not. I suppose I do watch Sensational, but I honestly don't pay a ton of attention. I more or less listen to his commentary and look at the score every once in a while. I'm not a huge basketball fan, so I more or less just spend my time in the comment section. Unless if BRM Gaming is playing Minnesota, then I am all over it, cheering for Minnesota. Hashtag Iowa Get COVID 2020. EA equals warping, J. Dre says. It's honest to God true. But the guy, I don't know who, I can't speak of exactly who made this review, but he was saying how when he played and he showed a picture of it, the goalie warped through, his leg went through the net. And I was like, okay. Like, that's not something I'm not used to seeing at this point in time. So you want to hear something crazy about MLB and 2K. So get this. For the PlayStation Portable, MLB 2K12 and 2K13, the ball would go through, not over, but through the wall at target field. And I kid you not, this was a real issue. PSP, which I had because I loved playing video games on the go, at target field, you could hit the ball. It would be a rolling ground ball, let's say to the gap, okay? It would literally just roll through the wall, and it would count as a ground rule double. I kid you not. Like MLB The Show and MLB 2K, for at least PlayStation Portable, were not even in the same stratosphere. And many could argue, even on console, they weren't. I still miss MLB 2K, definitely. I spent a lot more time playing that, but oh well. Yes, it was 2K13, and it's hard as hell to find. You know, I have a guy on BRM Gaming's Discord who's like, why would you pay $50 for a lacrosse game that's 2 years old? And I understood his point 100%. Like, that's a decent amount of money to swallow, right? For a game that, honestly, if you were to go play online, you're probably not going to find too many people on a match. But there is an open community. The community is still live. There's roster sharing, etc. Logo sharing. Players, coaches, the whole works, right? Now, here's my response to that. Is we pay $130, some of us, to buy NCAA Football 14 for the PS3, which is still a great game, probably the all-time best football game. $110 for NCAA Basketball, EA's. And then I've seen NCAA 2K8 going for about $80 on eBay. But all older games, all probably without the graphics that most people are looking for as far as generations of systems goes. But, you know, and I'm not trashing the guy. I'm not here to trash the guy. I'm just saying we pay a lot of money for older games anyway. BRM Gaming says, with roster share, the game is worth it. Every single day and twice on Sunday. True story there. I just love the customization of it. Honestly, I have not gotten bored with just making stadiums. If you watch my game I played today after Denver, Minnesota, I spent probably too much time just doing stadiums. You're here to trash the guy. I like it.
Dominated this third period.
He won't find out. He probably won't subscribe to me anyway.
Really comfortable margin.
He doesn't want to watch lacrosse videos. It was honestly a really good game, though. I don't know how many goals are supposed to be in lacrosse. I really don't. It's been a long time since I've been to a lacrosse game, but I think it was 12-10 the final score.
Takes the feed at the back end. The one-time rocket.
Are you doing your simulation game, Bomba Gaming?
Reaction. And he gains the zone here.
The last decent baseball game was definitely MVP baseball, without a doubt. And sadly enough, that was an EA Sports game back when EA Sports was quality. Back then you had Madden 05, you had Madden 06, Madden 07, all quality games on PlayStation 2 generation systems, right? Phenomenal. And then, obviously with the jump of the consoles, it didn't go well for lots of reasons. But you had NCAA baseball back at the time. You had MVP baseball where you could literally create stadiums from the ground up. And the best part is you could upgrade your stadiums the longer you went through seasons. So let's say your team made more money, you could keep upgrading like real life. Like Target Field, I'm not sure how many people actually know this, but we opened Target Field in 2010 here in the Twin Cities. And in 2017, we added the catch to center field, I believe it's called. So, it's not uncommon for teams to upgrade new stadiums, you know, after a few years in of making more money. Yeah, you could. Do you guys remember when we could actually rename stadiums? I found this in Madden 12. You could rename stadiums with sponsorships. Madden 12. I renamed the Metrodome. I was like, oh, this is new. No, it's not. I honestly had just forgotten about it. Traded Jeter for a young Kyle Gibson and 2 first-round picks. Yeah, honestly. Kyle Gibson had a very promising future back then, though. So yes, it's cheating, but back then, Gibson had a very, very, very bright future. I love stadium creators. Bomba Gaming says that the Twins put too much money into Target Field. I don't know. I personally disagree. I love Target Field. I think the poll ads just don't prioritize winning. Perfect. Game is over. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. Gophers move on. The next game will be tomorrow. Ohio State versus Boston.
It's the small one. We need to split the first 2 games. They did a really good job.
Yeah, mission accomplished tonight. Hooray, Ferraro. I'm James Cebulski.
Thank you, BRM Gaming. Thank you, J Dre. Thank you, Bomba Gaming. Everybody for coming in. Almost 100 comments in this stream alone. I appreciate that. Make sure you smash the like button on the way out. Yes, they are definitely money pinchers. So I wouldn't say they invested too much money into the stadium. They just refuse to invest money into the roster. And then they use that as the excuse. Good night to everyone. Good night, good night, good night. And sleep well, sleep tight.